don't fall asleep anymore. I collapse. My body shuts down before my mind agrees. And when the dream begins, it feels less like rest and more like punishment. There is no softness here, no refuge, only a violent suspension, as if something grabbed me mid-thought and refused to let go. Nothing is stable. The space twists, stutters, lines bend sharply, then snap back into place. Shapes appear too close, invading, then retreat without warning. I feel watched, but there is no one. Or maybe there are too many things, layered on top of each other, overlapping until I can't tell where I end. I start speaking again, but I don't recognize my own voice. It breaks, it trembles. Sometimes it laughs at the wrong moments, and that terrifies me more than silence. I hear myself say things that don't make sense, half sentences, fragments, memories mixed with fear. I try to stop, but the words spill out anyway, like blood from a wound I can't close. My thoughts won't stay in line. They collide, repeat, fracture. I think of my sisters, but their faces distort, melt into something unrecognizable. I scream their names, and the sound comes back empty, stripped of meaning. The dream mocks me by giving me echoes instead of answers. Time becomes cruel. It stretches until my chest aches, until I beg for something, anything to change. Then it snaps forward, leaving me disoriented, gasping, unsure if I've lost minutes or entire parts of myself. I feel pieces of my mind slipping away, not all at once, but gradually, like teeth loosening before they fall. The loneliness stops being quiet. It presses in, heavy and invasive, whispering doubts I don't remember thinking before. Maybe I was never meant to survive this long. Maybe this world has already taken everything important from me, and I'm just moving out of habit. The thought settles in, poisonous and calm. I try to hold on to who I am. I repeat my name over and over. Danne, Danne, Danne. But each time it sounds thinner, more distant, as if it belongs to someone else now. I'm terrified that one day I'll say it and feel nothing at all. When I finally surface from the dream, I'm shaking. My hands hurt from clenching nothing. My breath is uneven, desperate. I don't feel rested. I feel exposed, peeled open. The dream doesn't fade. It lingers, staining the edges of my waking thoughts. I know this is what isolation does. It doesn't kill you quickly. It dismantles you slowly, patiently, until you're no longer sure which parts of you are real and which parts are already gone. Sometimes they appear. Flora, jail, or at least something that wears their shape. I see them standing just out of focus, like reflections on warped glass. Their faces won't stay still. The features soften, blur, then slide downward as if they're melting, pulled by a gravity I can't fight. I try to remember how they truly looked, but the memory resists me, slipping away the harder I grasp it. I reach for them, and the moment I do, they change. Their eyes sink too deep. Their mouths stretch into expressions that don't belong to them. Not pain, not fear, something emptier. I call their names, and the sound feels wrong in my mouth, like I'm pronouncing them in a language I no longer speak. I wonder, quietly, shamefully, if this is how forgetting begins. There are moments when they speak, but the voices overlap. Flora's tone bleeds into jails into mine, until I can't tell who is speaking anymore. The words dissolve before I understand them. It feels like my mind is erasing them to protect itself, or maybe to punish me. I don't know which thought hurts more. When I wake, the grief is heavier than before, not sharp dull, suffocating. I realize the dream didn't invent the distortion, it only revealed it. Time has already started to take their faces from me, piece by piece, and I'm powerless to stop it. I fear the day they appear no longer melted or broken, but absent entirely, and the idea that I might survive that thought terrifies me more than any specter ever could. Then the visions change. They stop being nightmares and become memories, though I don't know if they are truly mine. I see a world untouched, streets full of warmth, light spilling from windows, voices overlapping in laughter. I see hands holding other hands without fear. I feel the sun on my skin, gentle, ordinary, real. Maybe this was my life once. Maybe it belonged to someone else. Or maybe it was the world itself before it broke. These visions hurt more than the darkness, because they are beautiful, because they feel complete. I watch people living without knowing how fragile everything is, without masks, without silence. There is music everywhere, not buried in ruins, but alive, filling the air. I feel something in my chest collapse when I see it, and I cry, not quietly, not with restraint, but like something inside me has finally given up holding together. Sometimes I think I would trade everything for it. This body, this journey, this endless survival. I imagine myself stepping into that past, breathing it in, living one simple life from beginning to end, loving, being loved, growing old without specters, without frozen forests, without this constant ache, and dying there gently, as if death in that world were just another natural moment, not an escape, but a closing. And the most terrifying thought of all is this: I don't know if I want to save this world anymore. I don't know if I want to keep moving forward. Some nights I only want to go back to a place that no longer exists and disappear into a life that was never meant to survive. A beautiful life, one worth ending in.